Retrieved the body of a man killed in this morning's train collision at the Elandsfontein Railway Station. 102 other passengers are in a critical but stable condition following the accident, and they've been taken to various hospitals. One of the trains, a business express, was travelling from Pretoria to Johannesburg, and the other from the railway station to Tembisa when they collided. Metrorail says the theft of signal cables may have caused the accident. Train services between Johannesburg and Pretoria have been suspended, and technical teams are expected to work on the lanes for several more hours before the wreckage is removed and lanes reopened. Thousands of commuters were left stranded during peak traffic. Concerned families have already arrived at the scene looking for their loved ones. Commuters have also been advised to find alternative transport this afternoon.
About half past 6 in the morning. Then we responded from Primrose Fire Station and from Boksburg Fire Station. And when we arrived here, we basically found that now these two trains collided together and resulting with about 102 patients who are basically injured and been taken to various hospitals around Ekurhuleni. Then unfortunately in the collision we registered one patient who was declared deceased by the paramedics after they initiated medical on-scene medical treatment on him. So as a result, we basically waiting for the initial investigation to be conducted also by PRASA together with Metrorail, including SABC, before the body can be removed. And we had a challenge earlier on in the morning as far as electricity is concerned, because there's a high voltage electricity around the area here. Then we had basically to try also to move everybody away from the scene, and of which, thanks for that now they managed to comply. And as a result of that, we had no casualties thereafter.
Well, let's get more now on the situation. We cross to our reporter, Griselda Lewis. Griselda, good afternoon to you. You've been on the scene since early this morning. What's the scene like at the moment? And can you confirm for us those reports that cable theft is to blame for this?
Well, that's right. Official confirmation now from PRASA that the cable theft has now been identified as the cause of this morning's collision here at the Elandsfontein Railway Station, and really of concern for PRASA at this stage, because you would know that cable theft costs the PRASA millions per year, and they also indicated that this is the cause of this morning's incident. Just to bring you up to speed as well with the latest developments, the body of the person who died in this collision has already been retrieved from the wreckage. The pathologists have now already left, but I think of concern at this point is the 102 people who were injured in this accident. We understand that they've been taken to various hospitals around the Ekurhuleni area, and some of the family members have already come here to the scene to come and see if they can track down some of their relatives who got on one of the trains here this morning. But we're also getting confirmation from Metrorail PRASA this afternoon that it seems that the wreckage will be cleared before the peak afternoon traffic. They're still working on that at the moment. What, of course, they'll need to do is to remove the wreckage before the peak hour traffic. Let's chat now to Goodman Matampi, who is with PRASA, just to get more details about what's expected. Mr. Matampi, thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. The body has now been retrieved. What is the next stage to get this wreckage removed?
Our teams are on site, and at the moment they are trying to re-rail the wagons that have been actually damaged. And by re-railing them, we are going to use the diesel loco to send them to the various staging yards. And it is our aim, as you said earlier on, to really recover the service before peak. But at the moment, we've got contingency plans. We've got buses. The trains are running up to Elandsfontein, and then the commuters are taken by buses to the Ralla area, where they are taken to their, not the Ralla, Galfontein area, to their various destinations.
Certainly of concern for you at this stage, these preliminary investigations are indicating that cable theft was the cause of this accident here this morning. That has really been a thorn in the side for Metrorail and PRASA.
Definitely, it's cable theft, especially on our signaling side of things. And this is very dire because of cable theft. It means that you might not even be able to see your trains on your monitoring screens, and that poses a serious danger to the public.
In terms of how many more hours do you think it will take to remove this wreckage? And if you could give us an update, since this morning on the condition of some of those who have been taken to the various hospitals.
Definitely will do that. The time estimate will only now going to reconvene at 12:15 to get the exact time for recovery of the operations. So we'll let you know after that. But it is definitely our intention to make sure that the trains are running and our commuters are not inconvenienced as they were this morning.
And the condition of the 102 people who are now receiving treatment?
The condition is that 5 of the 102 are seriously injured and the rest is minor injuries.
Right. Have you been able to identify or perhaps contact the loved ones of the man who was killed in this wreckage?
Well, as you know that you only started talking to us after that crime scene was handed over to us. It was under emergency services and the police. And then the police actually are busy with that. And they'll be linking us to the family of the deceased.
Right. In terms of, annually, we know that it's costing Metrorail, PRASA, millions pertaining to cable theft. It's not just a problem for Metrorail, for City Power as well, who we know also indicates that this runs into millions as well. Could you give us a breakdown of how serious a problem is this, and perhaps some statistics over the past couple of years on how many such incidents you've had to deal with?
These incidents we deal with in Gauteng alone. We deal with incidents like this of average of 6 per week. So almost every day we've got a cable that is actually stolen. And the impact of this is not only impacting on Metrorail or PRASA as such, but it impacts on the broader communities. One average train at peak, it carries about 1,800 people going to work. So if you multiply that by the number of train trips that we've got, of people who are getting inconvenience, the scholars who are going to school, students at the universities, the impact is very, very huge. And it's something that we should really discourage and condemn by all means, because it cannot continue in this manner. It's going to cripple our economy if it continues the way it does.
But what measures are you putting in place? Cable theft is not an issue that we're speaking about only today. You have been dealing with the problem, perhaps to try and seal these signal cables in a different way, to make it inaccessible for those who want to steal them.
The good news is that as PRASA, we've identified new measures of closing our system. We're still making plans on that, including how we are going to conduit our cables in this regard. However, the measures that we've put in place already is that our cables in hotspot areas, they are not just buried. They are actually buried under concrete. But people still go to all means to look at the weak areas within the system and actually break into that. And secondly is that we've identified hotspots where we've successfully deployed our asset protection people to actually go and mend those areas. But this is a moving target. Once they see that the hotspot for them now is being identified, they move to other areas. And our railway network in Gauteng alone, you're talking of about 1,250 kilometers. So it gets very difficult to can mend the whole area. But hotspots are identified, and that's why we've reduced. And we do actually arrest many of this with the help of SABC and our security. It's just that, the wheels of justice are grinding slowly. Sometimes these people, they get bails and they come back into the system.
Right. Mr. Matampe, I think we'll leave it for there. Thank you very much for your time. All the best for trying to get this railway track running again. There you've got confirmation from PRASA, from Goodman Matampe, indicating that they hope that at least by this afternoon during peak traffic, they will be able to have this railway line reopened again. But contingency plans have been put in place to ensure that those commuters who were stranded since this morning were taken by buses to various areas to get on other modes of transport to get to their various destinations. But cable theft, just not a problem for PRASA alone, but many of the other utilities, including City Power, who are having to spend millions trying to replace some of these cables that have been stolen. But one person officially there confirmed dead, and 102 others receiving treatment in various hospitals for various ailments.
Griselda, thanks so much. We'll leave it there. Griselda Lewis live on that scene from this morning's earlier collision between those two trains.